Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a totally fascinating framework known as the Sovereign Tech Audit. We're going to see exactly how local-first applications are essentially acting as the ultimate suit of armor for your sensitive corporate data in the modern age of AI.
So, I want you to think about every internal document, every single prompt, and every search query your team types into a centralized AI model. Have you ever wondered if your digital kingdom's data is secretly feeding someone else's empire? Because honestly, sending everything you do up to a centralized cloud is practically like inviting spies right into your keep. We are officially entering an era of massive corporate data harvesting, and today we're going to unpack exactly why you need to build your very own privacy shield.
Let's start by looking at the cloud data siege, specifically centralized AI and your data.
When you completely rely on external, centralized servers, it's literally like leaving your castle gates wide open. You get locked into their endless subscriptions, and worse, you're exposed to massive API leakage risks. But you know what the real danger is? It's what's called the invisible economy. Right now, billions of AI agents are just out there consuming data to get smarter. So every single time you push proprietary code or data through a public API, you're leaking secrets and basically fortifying someone else's castle using your own stones.
Which brings us to our next major hurdle, the heavy governance debt, which acts as a devastating tax on AI deployments.
Okay, this number is just staggering. According to recent industry reporting, 44% of stalled AI programs point to governance rework as their primary blocker. That means nearly half of all failed or stalled deployments aren't failing because the AI itself isn't smart enough. No, they're failing because of massive breaches in data security and compliance.
And that introduces us to governance debt. This is the compounding cost of putting off your access controls, your audit trails, and your privacy reviews, all just to launch a pilot program a little faster. But here's the catch. Putting off security to ship faster actually backfires on you. By month 9 or 12, compliance steps in and forces a complete teardown of the logic you shortcutted at the start. But get this, if you front-load governance and lock down your data from day one, you actually ship 31% faster overall. You have to build the moat first and then the castle functions sooner.
I absolutely love this quote from the 2026 Digital Applied Report because it really hits the nail on the head. Capability is now a commodity. The base AI model, how smart it is, that's not your defense anymore. Anyone can just buy that capability. Your true moats are your evaluation infrastructure and your secure integration depth. That is where your competitive advantage actually lives right now.
So how do we fight back? We do it by forging the privacy shield using the Sovereign Tech Audit. Just look at this stark contrast for a second. On one side, you have cloud AI dependency. That means transmitting your user queries and highly sensitive files through public networks, constantly surrounded by data logs and external API probes. It's a privacy nightmare. But local sovereignty totally flips the script. You're running your AI fully offline, right there on your own hardware. We're talking zero external APIs, zero logs, and 100% on-device data sovereignty. You dictate the rules, period.
Now, to actually forge this shield, we have to bypass the old hardware limits that forced us into the cloud in the first place, and we do that using 3 distinct technical steps. First up is sub-4-bit quantization. Think of this as magically compressing a massive AI brain so it fits perfectly into your local computer's memory without losing its actual reasoning skills. Second, if a model is still just too heavy, we use decentralized orchestration to split the execution across peer-to-peer nodes. And third is local semantic indexing. This lets you natively search all your private files right there on your machine, using local vector databases.
And this grand ledger right here breaks down the open source arsenal we actually have available to us today. You've got tools like BitDistiller, which preserves high-level reasoning even when the model is compressed way down to sub-4 bits. Then there's Petals, which distributes the processing load so you don't even need a massive server rack anymore. And Vane gives you local-first search with full web citations and absolute ironclad data privacy. The big takeaway here, robust enterprise-grade AI does not require surrendering your data to the cloud.
Finally, let's look at the ultimate payoff, the Sovereign Data Vault, and reclaiming your kingdom's knowledge.
Once your data is safely secured locally, you can confidently roll out what's known as the daily forklift. This is such a game changer. It's the systematic, secure offloading of routine cognitive tasks directly to your automated local AI systems. Because you are using local databases and quantized models, your AI can just churn through highly confidential contracts, financial records, and proprietary code. It does all the daily heavy lifting without leaking a single token out to those external cloud probes.
And if you need proof that this is the right path, just look at AI deployments that never reach payback. The data is totally eye-opening. A massive 92% of them are blocked by governance, evaluation, and integration gaps. Only 8% fail because the model isn't smart enough. So, the failure of AI in the enterprise isn't caused by a lack of intelligence. It is almost entirely caused by ignoring the sovereign tech infrastructure needed to actually protect and govern the data.
So I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Right now, billions of AI agents are spinning up to consume data in this wild new economy, meaning every prompt and every file you have is valuable. In the age of AI harvesting, are you building a sovereign keep where you control the walls, or are you just renting a vulnerable outpost in someone else's cloud? If you truly want to harness the power of AI without paying the ultimate price in privacy, forging your own local privacy shield isn't just an option anymore. It's an absolute necessity.